That's not exactly a hidden castle. I feel obliged to point this out.
This is where the map led us. A lovely and ominous spot for a foreboding Greyhost castle, don't you think? If we can't find something about Rada al-Saran and Verandis here, then I'm not sure where else to look.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Well, it seems obvious to start with the unnecessarily ostentatious vampire castle over there. I think we should survey the island first. The Greyhost may be gone, but they could have left traps. And who knows what kind of wildlife lives here.
Well, I can see a couple of foxes, some rather large walrus-stroke seal things, and there's probably the local carnivores as well, but hey.
I don't know. Something gothic and ridiculous. I don't like to generalize, but vampires tend toward the dramatic. Just be careful. We won't learn anything about Verandis and the Greyhost if we go and get ourselves killed.
That's a very sensible point. Let's go. Follow Gwendis. So naturally she goes off at a flat run straight towards the unnecessarily ostentatious vampire castle. Oh, what's this?
What is that thing? Did it just pulse at me?
Yes and yes. I'm not a vampire. I think we might have triggered one of those unnecessarily dramatic traps.
Did you see that? That crystal thing clearly reacted. It pulsed as I approached it.
Is it a trap? That's the key thing. Is this about to explode and kill us?
Well, it hasn't exploded or fried us to a crisp yet, so I'm thinking no. Probably not. I've seen something like this before, part of a ward. I think it responds to the presence of a vampire, like those sigils we saw.
Okay, so what do we do?
Now that they're awake, it should be simple enough to deactivate them. I'm not sure if your eyes are as good as mine, but I think I see a few more up ahead. I'll keep watch while you deal with the crystals.
Wait, you're the vampire. Shouldn't you be dealing with the crystal? Okay. I will, well, deactivate. And poke.
Well done. Let's go deal with the rest of the ward crystals.
Well, that was simple. Also, you were asking about the local wildlife. Vampiric saber cat. More vampire kitties. And, you know, walruses. Oh, hawkers. Hawkers. Not walruses. Hawkers. Important to get these things right. Oh, and the vampire bear, because regular bears weren't bad enough. Tippy-tippy-toes, tippy-tippy-toes. Okay, should be good. Bounce. And oh, that's a wisp. Oh, the local gargoyle population is awake. Wonderful. Can we just slip past you? Yep, looks like. And yoink.
You're pretty good at this.
I'm just waving my hand at them vaguely. I mean, I appreciate the flattery, Gwendis, but really, it's nothing complex. Right, let's get off these stairs and off his line of sight. Skulk, skulk, skulk through the absolutely non-shadowed area at all. Also, I'm wearing black against a white background. Look, Elder Scrolls rules. As long as you are crouched, they can't see you. Honest. That's completely how it works. Tiptoe, 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 tiptoe. There we go. We'll let the... vampire doggies! What next? Vampire butterflies? I suppose it would be an interesting idea. I mean, what's the worst they could do? Flap menacingly at us? Summon a hurricane and drain our blood that way? Oh wait, that's basically a harrow storm, isn't it? Vampire butterflies might be a horrible idea in that case. Mini harrow storms going off every 10 seconds. Right, where's this? Okay, it's in the tower by the look of it. So, we'll pop up. And slip our way in and up. Round, 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 round. And Yay, no guards. Which is something of a surprise,
Good job.
actually.
Let's find another ward crystal.
Yep, back down we go. Have a quick glance out the window. Looks like it's probably in that tower there, or maybe it's down by the ice flows. Or we know it's in roughly that direction. Well, let's face it, the locals are unlikely to be happy with us. And yet the bear is there. We shall not disturb the bear. Or the owl. Or the fox. Who's the cute little fennec fox? You are. You just want to turn your back for a second? There we go. You know what? I think you've got to go. Excuse me. Best kind of fight is the one where they don't get to strike back. Yeah, very definitely in the overly ostentatious tower. Okay, back up the cliff, work our way round, and then onto the totally not guarded by an ambushing gargoyle like the last one. What? You can see it coming. One of those is going to be a gargoyle. Probably that one on the left. Yep, called it. Now, can we slip past you? Maybe. Tip-tip-toes, 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 tip-tip-toes. Yay, myopic gargoyles. I suppose that's what you get when your retina is made out of granite. And last crystal goes yoink.
That was definitely a rumble. Let's go check the castle.
Hopefully it was the door opening kind of rumble and not the roof has just caved in kind of rumble. Or maybe the every trap in the building has activated because someone is clearly trying to sneak in by disabling our wards kind of rumble. That kind of rumble is also pretty bad, but yeah. Well, I'm not complaining. Oh. I'm not complaining if somebody has acted as a wonderful, wonderful distraction for me. Noughts, they're so usefully brazen at times. Alright, slip it down. Okay, go round the sentries and then between them. And then we should be straight up at the front door. Bounce, bounce, and bounce. You're not kidding about the unnecessarily ostentatious side of things, although I do like the flying buttresses. They are a...
Let's see if we can get inside.
They are a very nice touch. Also, we accidentally sneaked past a spectral assassin. I feel somewhat disappointed by the quality of the local guards.
I hate to admit it, but this place is impressive.
Yep. Yep, I can go with that. Alright, Gwen, aside from the fact that, well, spiders and ghosts and vampires, oh my, what do we need to do?
This place must have been impressive back in the day, but now it's just decrepit. Looks like it's been abandoned for centuries. Luckily, I came prepared. How do you feel about trying something unconventional?
Define unconventional.
The members of House Ravenwatch exchange vials of their own blood. That shows a rare level of trust, even among vampires, since blood can be used in all sorts of spells, both beneficial and harmful. I brought some of Verandis' blood with me.
And we're going to use that to fake our way past all the ID checks?
By putting a drop of his blood in this potion, we can dreamwalk and access any memories Verandis has of this place. I'll leave it here on the table for when you're ready. I'd drink it myself, but a dreamwalk requires an impartial participant.
Aha! Okay.
Then you're already an expert. You learned quite a bit from that experience, yes? Verandis isn't here, but by using his blood we can achieve the same result. I prepared the potion. It's on the table. Make sure you drink the whole thing.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, let's see what we've got. Yeek! Spearbent.
Exarch Verandis, while we have your crates moved to your study, Exarch Singalis and Ulfra would like a word.
Oh, thank you. What is the situation
It is
here?
good to see you, Exarch Verandis. Lord Rada al-Saran will be pleased you accepted his invitation. You have been terribly missed. Exarchs Ulfra and Singalis asked me to send you to them as soon as you arrived. They wish to speak with you.
You look like you need a drink or three. Also, I want nothing to do with grandiose titles or Styric's army.
Of course, Lord Verandis. My apologies. Please, you shouldn't keep the Exarchs waiting.
Where are they?
Exarch Ulfra likes to look out over the courtyard from the eastern balcony. Exarch Singalis rarely leaves his laboratory on the upper level. Both want to see you. I will inform you once your crates have been moved to the study set aside for you.
Thank you. Please take care, by the way. Alright, so... yeah, I have to admit, this place looked pretty good when it was the abode of an army of first-era blood-sucking monsters with no morals or ethics restraints whatsoever.
Engage flank!
Little slow on the returns, but tolerable.
Engage all sides!
This should be worth watching. One. You missed both flanks, I might add, but that's a side point.
Engage low!
No wonder I've been butchering my way through them if that's the standard of their training. Okay, let's go talk to Exarch Ulfra first. Ooh, I like the mask. Nice touch. Ulfra, hi, how are things?
Can you smell them, Verandis? Prey on the wind. We should be out hunting them, not uselessly debating in these halls of stone.
Funny thing is, you go hunting mortals, they tend to start hunting you right back. You wanted to speak, by the way.
When you see Lord Rada al-Saran, do not continue your age-old argument. He needs to remain focused. I'll never understand your obsession with sheep, Verandis. There are hunters and prey. We are hunters. Your sympathy for prey borders on the insane.
Funny thing about prey backed into a corner, just occasionally it's a mongoose.
As were you, until Molag Bal made you into something more, something worthy. Lord Hircine made me one of his most powerful hunters, because he knew mortality restricted me. I could not reach my full potential until he rescued me from that fate.
Hey, all I'm suggesting is that we might not want to have the mortals trying to exterminate us, and, we are outnumbered about 1,000 to 1.
The wolf does not fear 1,000 rabbits. It merely enjoys the bounty Hircine has provided. Humans, no matter how large their pathetic armies grow, will never threaten us. Come to your senses, Verandis. Come back to your brothers and sisters.
You wait till that army rolls up, Ulfra. You might discover that the rabbits have turned up with weapons.
You're a fool, Verandis. You always have been. Why does Lord Rada al-Saran continue to humor you? We don't need you on the Grey Council. You aren't even fit to be one of Styric's foot soldiers. Go bother someone else with your nonsense.
On the other hand, it does mean that I get to survive when the rest of you get, hunted down, burned, and then have an order of mortal warriors watching over you for about, an era and a half.
Greyholm is impressive. I won't deny that. But I detest all the sitting around and debating. I'm a hunter. I ache to feel a mortal writhe in my grasp, to watch the blood spray against the dirt. Don't you?
No, not really.
Why do I even try to talk to you about such things? Lord Rada al-Saran should have dealt with you years ago, but he keeps calling you back.
Oh, that was friendly of her, wasn't it? Explains the local werewolves, I suppose. Yoink. Well, at least he's practicing. Give him credit for that, I suppose. Right, Zingy! Zingy, Zingy, Zingy. How's the mad science going? Hey, what have you got for us, Zing?
Ah, Verandis. Good. I wanted to talk to you. I never tire of looking at this creation. Tell me again, why did you abandon your stone husks? I thought you wanted your precious mortals to enjoy the everlasting life of their betters.
Ah, right. So Verandis invented these stone husks and tried to use them to resurrect mortals, but then Zingalis realized you could use it to resurrect an immortal instead. Wonderful.
Is that what bothers you? One small failure and you abandon such promising research. You had the opportunity to seize control of existence itself, to control both life and death. Such power is unimaginable, yet you squander it. Cost? Pah! What cost? Mortals are as cheap and plentiful as grains of sand on a beach. Once you mastered your creation, you'd be able to resurrect them at will. They would worship you as a god. Wouldn't that bring about the peace you crave?
No, it would just create a severe overpopulation problem and likely prove Malthus correct within a generation or three.
How can you be so misguided? Mortals are so far beneath us they cannot even comprehend their own inadequacy. I only hope Lord Rada al-Saran can talk some sense into you. Meanwhile, I will study this creation. Perhaps even succeed where you failed.
Good luck.
How I have missed our endless debates, my friend. Our deep and fascinating discussions about science and philosophy. I look forward to renewing that exchange. If you haven't presented yourself yet, you should go see Lord Rada al-Saran.
Probably, yeah. What about your own research, Zingalis?
I've been quite successful in your absence. Rada al-Saran discovered a strange relic beneath the Reach. I spent weeks examining it. It's quite remarkable, and I've only scratched the surface of the possibilities it might offer our kind.
Ooh, do tell, do tell.
I'd prefer not to draw any conclusions until I've had time to examine it at length.
Boo.
But I welcome the chance to discuss it with you once you've settled in.
Thank you. Meanwhile, the rest of his lab is pretty unremarkable. Okay, let's go talk to Rada, and then we'll see about settling into our own lab. Yep. Quite the throne room he's got by the looks of it. Ah, a blood fountain. Just the thing for that, you know, blood fondant. Really? Should I even be surprised?
Verandis, my friend. At long last.
And it's good to see you as well.
How good to see you, Verandis, my old friend. You look well. Our halls have felt quite empty without you. What do you think of our new home? Is it not, as I wrote in my letter, everything one could ask for?
It's showy, it's ostentatious. I don't know how well defended it'll be against a siege, but I'll admit, you've got style.
To parley with the mortal queen. I have. but my stance has not changed. The Grey Host's strength has grown over the centuries, while dozens of mortal kingdoms have risen and fallen. What sense is there in revealing ourselves to them now?
Well, this Empress Hestra might make quite a reasonable ally.
What mortals gain from an alliance with us is obvious. But what benefit do we receive from them? King Styric and our Grey Host could crush this Empress Hestra and her armies in a day. I know you worry for our people, Verandis, but you need not.
Until they turn up with siege engines, divine magic, and, you know, all the other stuff.
For such a brilliant mind who helped conceive our Grey Council, you can be so short-sighted, Verandis. I will say this. If the mortals do not move against us, we will not move against them.
Fair enough.
But I cannot protect your precious mortals from themselves.
Also fair enough. Also, I believe in the Grey Council, not the Grey Host. Apparently, we will be standing between the candle and the star.
Enough talk of alliances and mortals. It has been too long since we last saw one another, Verandis. Let us speak of better times, drink the blood offered, and contemplate the tremendous responsibility we bear to keep our people safe.
Speaking of which, I had a chat with Ulfra and Singalis.
Good. You cannot imagine how much I have leaned upon them in your absence. It should please you to know that Ulfra shows restraint these days. And I
You
know
mean she hasn't
Singalis
slaughtered
will
everything in
discuss his
reach?
experiments and research with you.
Oh yeah, he does, but I'm not sure they understand the dream.
They understand little that does not serve their own needs. They do not understand why we started the Grey Council, or what an asset you are to the Grey Host. It will take much to convince them to make peace with mortals.
Ulfra, probably never, let's be honest here. Oh well, conversation for much, much later.
Of course, Verandis. I know you too well to think you would let the topic go so easily. I promise, we will speak of it again. There is no need to rush. We have not seen each other in an elf's age. I would hear what you have been up to, my brother.
Hey, that's the perk of immortality. We have all the time in the world. Allegedly. Until we don't.
And yet you waste years away from your family, caring for those who live short and meaningless lives. Ah, Verandis, is my word not enough to appease you? We will speak more of this later. For now, I wish to discuss more pleasant topics.
So, why did you invite me here?
We have talked, and I have listened. I have humored your ideals far longer than they deserve. I invited you because you will flourish here, Verandis. You belong here, among your brothers and sisters, not meandered in the tribulations of mortal life.
So, Saran and Verandis quarrelled.
Your dream and mine are similar, my friend, but they are not the same. This friction between us, it thins my patience. Still, this place, no matter how grand, did not feel complete until you returned. You belong here, Verandis.
Which is why I'm going to be leaving. So, let's go find the study. Oh,
Lord Verandis, I apologize for the delay. The study is ready for you.
thank you.
Everything is ready for you, my lord. We moved your belongings into the study and provided all the reagents you requested. Should you require anything else, please let me know at once.
I will do. Thank you very much for your help, Stuart. I tip that I have no idea what currency you take, and besides, this is a dream memory, and apparently Exarch Verandis was not much of a tipper. Alright, so Verandis' journal. Here we are. Oh, has somebody been peeking already? Tut, tut, tut. Nothing else to interact with before this all goes sideways. Okay, let's see what we have.
Easy, friend. It's time to wake up. Find the dream walk potion and drink it.
Okay. Ah, there we go. Frick. Alright, so we need to go find his journal. You could have pulled me back after I'd read the journal, couldn't you?
You cried out in your sleep just before you woke up. What happened? Are you alright?
Okay, I went to his study in the dream and tried to read his journal.
Oh, that would explain it. Don't worry, it's not you. It's almost impossible to read in a dreamwalk. But did you say Verandis' study? He had a study in this terrible place?
Probably still
Was
does.
he truly a member of the Grey Host?
He was ruling it. Also, he wanted to make peace.
Sounds like Verandis. That's why he founded the Raven Watch after all. To allow vampires like us to gather safely. Only feed on willing subjects, and help mortals instead of preying upon them. So, he wasn't hoping to conquer Tamriel?
Doesn't seem like it, so you get to keep your image of your mentor in one piece, give or take.
Then, he didn't lie to me. He's still the man I know and trust. He left out a few things, of course, but I'll deal with that another time.
Small
That
details.
study of his, it might still be here. Can you lead me to it?
Yep. Let's go. Very, very... no. Wrong way. This is the way we want to go. Also, book. Spectral Assassins. Write down everything. Myself... Okay, so basically, good news, you get to be an immortal soldier. Bad news, you don't actually get to have a physical body anymore. What's that? And why should I not be treading on it? Okay. We need to get up to the journal. So, we'll start with this punch. Stabby, poison, poison. Get the two-handers first. Oh, show off. Oh, come on, break that. Clear. Choke pot. Down you go, and down you go. And don't bother trying to murder any more ghosts, because none of them have pocket change. Which I suppose should not really be a huge surprise. Okay, another Spectral Assassin. Go up. Snipe. Shot. Delay. Show off. Not that it helped him very much, but Tip-toes, tip-toes. And Grey Home upper level, yep. And then we need to follow the upper level around past the throne room and get to Verandis' study. Not stepping on any of the glowing red sigils of doom while we're at it. Okay, 2 guys to get through here. Alright, start with the bodyguard. Snipe. Lead. Poison 1. Poison 2. And... parry. Clear the AoE. And they're both dead. Perfect. Ah! Turns out we went right past the entrance to the study. Oh well, details.
All this time, his scent lingers in this place.
Wayrest Guard General Order equal to... Okay, we won't ask how that ended up in here. Also painting... who cares? Right, now let's try this again. Okay, never mind. So a stone husk incubation vessel, the answer. 1, I'll be able to souls. 2, I'll be able to free them from Cold Harbour. A woman named the soul who died of a wasting disease. She did not return whole. I have some too many unknowns. I dare not follow through. Okay. Yeah, he realised what was going on if you had no death in the world. Little problem. Ritual chamber, so I can extract my essence from the reliquary, but that's the least of my worries. Now I will store it on the first floor armory hidden amongst the other reliquaries. I have no intention of staying. Okay. So,
Did you find the journal?
Verandis had a reliquary. We might be able to bring him back.
The journal was still here? Amazing. What did it say?
Well, he was trying to resurrect humans and vampires using stone
Let me
husks.
see that. Huh. Ritual's simple enough. Just light some candles and place the reliquary. It looks like he abandoned the research before ever testing it on a vampire. Something about life energy and too great a cost.
And then Singalis finds the research and uses it to get the Grey Host going again.
Right. Zingalis must have continued Verandis' experiments and refined them. You know, when a vampire dies, our souls go to Cold Harbor, to Molag Bal. This may be our chance to get answers directly from a member of the Grey Council.
You want to resurrect Verandis, don't you?
Verandis gave his life for Rivenspire, and what was his reward? Cold Harbor and an eternity of torment in the hands of Molag Bal.
Yep,
This
that's
will
the bargain.
It has to. Go downstairs and find the reliquary he wrote about. Then meet me in the ritual chamber.
You realise that the sheer amount of life energy involved is probably going to involve you dying, don't you, Gwens?
Get the reliquary and meet me in the ritual chamber.
No, apparently that hasn't occurred to her yet. Don't worry, I'm sure it will. Right before she gets sucked into Cold Harbor and turned into a plaything of Molag Bal for the rest of eternity. 2 vampire souls and only enough life energy to keep one of them going at once. That's gonna be interestingly awkward. Just slip past that trap. Keep an eye out for the rest. It's a good thing they didn't make those traps wide enough to cover the whole corridor, isn't it? Yep. Down we go, down we go. And, oh, another spectral assassin. Well, hello there. I should not have hesitated. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, because now he's dead anyway. Right. Drop it down now, then. Which of these reliquaries is his? Also... Why are you exploding? Also, I should be more careful about stepping over, you know, the traps on the floor. It would be awkward to try and dodge the local attackers and then accidentally blow myself up. Awkward, embarrassing, potentially lethal. Oh, goodies. Spiders and gargoyles and spectres, oh my. Okay. Well, sideways we go. I don't think we're going to be able to do this discreetly, so let's see. We'll slip past here, slip over here, get behind, pull weapons, and one down. Back in stealth, quick. The undead. Apparently it does nothing for sight or indeed hearing. Or noticing that one of your buddies just got shanked. Oh well, off we go again. Perfect. Next up, gargoyle. So, self buff 1, self buff 2, self buff 3. In the back. Parry that. Heavy attack to stun. Got my ultimate. Clear his AoE. Yeah. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Roll in my attacks. And he goes to the finisher move. And he's run. Right then. Reliquary. Looks promising. Verandis' reliquary. There we go. Next stop. One ritual chamber, which is handily nice and close. Oh, it's you that's making the banging noise. You know you can probably just wriggle through the bars. You look thin enough to do it. Oh well, mine is not. Hey guys. Another trap. Let's have a quick look at the side chambers. What can I say? Idle curiosity. It killed the Khajiit, it has yet to kill the elf. Also, it turns out this is actually the way to go anyway, so that's besides the point. Dip-dip-does, and here we are. Prayer of the Resolute. I suppose it depends largely on your point of view. Okay, we've got the stuff.
That's a stone husk, all right. Light the
Yep.
candles to begin the ritual.
Gwen, are you sure this is wise? The ritual needs a ton of life energy, and right now the only sources are you, me, and the drummer up there. Oh well. I suppose we're not trying to bring him all the way back. You probably shouldn't be standing on that plinth. This is about to go horribly, horribly wrong, isn't it? Also, what's this? Oh, no, just a spare lantern. Okay, let's... Yeah. I can think of all the ways this can go wrong and very few in which it can go right.
Good. Now place the reliquary.
This is a dumb thing to do. Okay then.
The ritual. It's working.
Yeah.
Is that really you?
Must feed.
Well, this is a problem.
It's me, Wendy.
Yeah, he doesn't remember you, remember? Okay, bad. Oh, it's a cloud of bats. That's a nice touch. I mean, in a purely aesthetic fashion, from a practical point of view, it's actually kind of horrifying. Right, chug a potion, drop my regen. Hey, quit! You. No. No. Stand clear of the bats! Also, run like mad until my potion cooldown finishes. Okay, health is back. Yes. You mentioned it. Excuse me. Drop my ultimate. And dodge the bats again. Run. Yes. Crossbow and oops. Let's try that again without the horrible death this time. Luckily it doesn't count when I die. Oh, we almost got him. Just check something on my ability bar. Reaper's Mark, and where did... Oh, skills. Reaper's Mark, Relentless Focus... Siphoning ability. And then that's what we needed. Leeching Strikes. Not sure why that wasn't available, but hey. Right. Let's try this again. Lead with a snipe from stealth. And then go to leeching. And we start kiting round, get the poison on the go. Track him with the snare. Don't get into the traps or the cloud of angry bats. There we go. Switch focus onto the Blood Knight. Try not to get distracted by the epic boss music. Chug a potion. Come on, more leeching. Ye gods, this guy is piling on the damage. That went even less well than last time. Okay, we'll go for close attack then. Because getting personal with a vampire can't possibly end badly. Alright, into stealth. Mark him. Buff 1. Buff 2. In the back. Hello, vampire. Okay, he's still invulnerable. Which means that the Blood Knight Spectre is my next priority. Dodge the swarm of bats. Go to range. Snipe for a moment. Don't get stalled. Chug potion. Leech on him. Bounce over the red. And die horribly again. This guy's proved to be something of a pain in the neck. Don't normally have this much trouble in boss fights. In stealth, just for a second. Let's check my gear. I am charged, aren't I? Yeah, plenty. Ah. Okay, well, other options include consumables. Food. There we go. We'll just chug you. Don't mind me having a quick nap and a meal. Nothing major. Alright, so fracture. Buff. Okay, get clear of the bats. Start throwing spells. Throw a multi-shot. Cleared the bats that time. And he's still piling on the damage. Okay. Don't stand on the sigils, because that will be bad. Okay, sigils are down. Vault pass, get clear of the bats immediately. Leeching sigils again. Pour on the damage and the heals. Avoid the bats, there we go. Drop him in the back. Damn it, he's shielded. Alright, onto the ad. Drop the Blood Knight fast. 20%, there we go. Back onto Rendis. Or rather, Ravenwatch. Then get clear because he's summoned the bats. And drop him fast. Got him.
Are you alright?
My apologies. The process doesn't leave one in their right mind.
Yeah, we'd noticed.
I'm just glad you're alive. But Verandis, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, my child. Let us all go outside and speak.
Well, that was messy, wasn't it? Also, ooh, shinies. Didn't see this before. Is that all? Oh, well, I'll take the loot, I suppose. Alright, so, Verandis, welcome back, first and foremost. Now, your old buddies are running around and raising Cain.
I didn't expect to ever see you again, my friend. After we parted at the Doomcrag, I resigned myself to an eternity in Cold Harbor. But it seems my fate was not yet written. You and Gwendis saved me. I am more grateful than you can ever imagine.
Yeah, it turns out the process does in fact require quite a lot of life energy. And I wasn't expecting to be the donor, but hey, it all worked out in the end. It's only moderately painful getting brutally murdered by the person you're trying to save.
That is unfortunate. I believed that part of my past was dead and buried. My involvement with the Grey Council ended so very long ago. Rada al-Saran and I were friends once. I tried to convince him to take a different path, to no avail.
Well, yeah, I can back you up on that, mostly because I had a rummage through your memories. We'll discuss the massive invasion of privacy later, but in fairness, you were very dead at the time.
Then know that I truly regret not trying harder to convince Rada al-Saran and the Grey Council. Perhaps I could have averted the war. Alas, we'll never know. But why the sudden interest in ancient history, Why this obsession with the Grey Host?
They're back.
What? How is that even possible? What am I saying? Haven't I just returned from the dead? I must look into this. Find out what the Grey Host has planned. When the time comes, House Ravenwatch will send for you. I pray you will answer that call.
Well, it's as well have an army of first-era vampires and werewolves running over the place, so yeah, I will. Gwen, congratulations. Your, blood sugar daddy is back.
I started out seeking information about the Grey Host only to discover that my mentor had a hand in their creation. As angry as that made me, I was comforted to know Verandis opposed their war. And now he's back. I don't know what to think.
Do you two want some alone time? I can step out. There's lots of ghosts in here to kill.
I heard what he said. I'm still angry that he kept this part of his past a secret. But we'll work it out. Eventually. In the meantime, at least I know I can trust him. That he didn't betray the ideals of House Ravenwatch.
Yay!
Of course. There's too much at stake to let a few secrets get in our way. I'll help in whatever way I can. And once we know more, we'll send for you. I figure you want to see how this ends just as much as we do.
Well, I'd prefer the ending not to be everyone gets their throat torn out by a hungry vampire or a hungry werewolf. I suppose the difference doesn't really matter when it's your larynx being splattered across somebody's digestive system. But hey, it'd be nice to find out.
Take this, my friend. You earned it. For helping me learn more about Rada al-Saran and the Grey Host. And for discovering the true connection between Verandis and the Grey Council. When you're ready for a reckoning, House Ravenwatch will contact you.
Ah, thank you. And that completes the Grey Council and the prologue quest for Markarth. That will be dropping later on this year, or possibly early next, not sure exactly when, but I will be giving it some attention as and when it does. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Yusril. That has been the moderately successful latest instalment of the adventures of the Stabby Elf. And until next time, farewell.